Hello, I would like to thank Mayor Griffin and the City Council for inviting me today. Let's start. You might wonder why a 10-year-old like me from Jackson, Michigan would know about the qualities of a great city. How you might ask? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. I have been lucky enough to experience many extraordinary cities, each with something unique, but all with something in common. I would like to share with you my adventures and what I've learned from them. Let's start with something close to home. Detroit, the Motor City. Not only is it a great city for cars, but it is the city for cars. This last summer, I went to a car show and was amazed that so many cars were made in Detroit. While we were there, we went with my Uncle Ed. He shared with me what he knows about cars, and he knows a lot. It was then that I realized how important Detroit was in the history of automobiles. Contributions to the world are a great quality of a city. When I was 6, I went to Nashville. We stayed in a huge hotel with an indoor river that has a gondola that you could ride. We did. Lots of restaurants and every tree that you could think of, all under one roof. But what was most impressive was the collection of Elvis Presley guitars. When I asked my dad about this, he said that Nashville was one of the most important centers for the music industry. As I looked around the hotel, I noticed the tributes to the rich and colorful music of this exciting city. Celebrating your history is definitely a great quality in any city. Last July, my dad and I went to Barcelona, Spain. My dad had to work, but I played the whole time. I went to the soccer stadium, had some great food, I ate frog legs, and also went to the Picasso Museum, which had huge lines the size of 3 football fields. However, the most amazing thing I saw were all the cool buildings. For example, the Gaudi Cathedral, which was originally built in 1888, was one of the most artistic buildings I've ever seen. It is now undergoing reconstruction so it can continue to be enjoyed by people for generations to come. Respect for the architectural history is an honorable quality. In January, my dad had another business trip, and my sister and I tagged along to New York with him. My dad made us a deal that as long as we were good during his meeting, we could do whatever we wanted to do afterward within reason. While he was working, we went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art with my dad's friend, Yvette. Later, because we were good, which was really hard for my 6-year-old sister, we got to go see a play and go skating at Rockefeller Center. Of course, we had super good pizza. I love the structure of the city because pretty much everything is nearby, which is an outstanding quality. As excited as I am about going to these wonderful places, I am just as excited to go home at the end of the day. This leaves me now to think of the qualities of my home, Jackson. Truly, I've not made as many friends as Detroit, but there is a vehicle called the Jackson Automobile. I have sat in one. Jackson is not as structured as New York, not as much as a music hub as Nashville, and it does not have the architecture of Barcelona, but it has its own style. It has its own design, its own type of music, and its own idea of architecture. Individuality is certainly a great quality that any city can have. I have already explained many great qualities of a city, but I have not yet mentioned the best, which is the people. The people are the ones who keep the flame lit. The people are the heartbeat of the city and keep it alive. Without the people, you could not contribute things like cars to the world. You could not celebrate the history of music. There would be no buildings to preserve, no need to get around, and certainly no individuality. When I see a great city, I think about the people who made it. The people are by far the greatest quality a city could have.
Thank you. Next, 5th and 6th grade, we have Sophia, is it Silvestri? 6th grader from Napoleon Middle School.